Yeah, we back. This is episode 2 out of 5, or you could essentially say 3 out of 5. Whatever one you want to come up with. Anyways, let's get right into it. Here we go. Let's get it, baby.
Pizza Hut has been around since the 1950s. This New York pizzeria was built over 100 years ago, and this little restaurant in Italy is the oldest pizzeria in the entire world. Pizza is arguably the most popular food of all time, with an estimated 3 billion pizzas sold just in the US every single year. But how did a simple piece of dough with tomato sauce become so popular? To find out, I'm about to visit 3 of the oldest and most iconic pizza shops to see how they've helped pizza evolve into what it is today. Starting with Pizza Hut, which happens to be one of the oldest fast food pizza chains ever created. It was started in 1958, and my goal here is pretty simple. Find out how Pizza Hut became the world's biggest pizza company. I don't remember the last time I had Pizza Hut, but I am very excited to check this one out because
My bad, I didn't mean to pause it.
it's one of their very rare classic locations. If you're too young to know what a classic Pizza Hut looks like, you're about to have your minds blown. I'm pumped to go inside. As I walked up to the front door, I saw this plaque on the wall. Welcome to Pizza Hut Classic from Dan Carney, the founder. We're so happy to have you here. We hope you will fall in love with Pizza Hut all over again. Dan, I hope coming here makes me fall in love with Pizza Hut too. Oh my gosh. Y'all, this place is so adorable. So I expected to feel something walking in here. What I didn't expect was all of the nostalgia to hit at once. I mean, look at this place. I haven't been in one of these since I was like 4. I think one of the coolest things about this Pizza Hut in specific compared to other Pizza Huts nowadays is that you actually get a waitress here. This is a full-on dine-in restaurant. It took me a second just to take everything in. They have the old-school classic red booths, posters of other old Pizza Huts from the past on the wall, and without a doubt, my favorite thing here has to be these vintage lamps. They're so cool. Pizza Hut higher-ups, if you're watching this, please send me one of these lamps. I want one. Thank you so much. It feels so weird being at a Pizza Hut and having a full-on menu, sitting in like a diner booth. So I just finished looking over the menu, but here's the thing. I actually came here for one item in specific. Pizza Hut's original pan pizza. This item was first introduced in 1980, and it's one of the main reasons for Pizza Hut's rise in popularity. With that being said, I placed my order and also decided to get some cheesy breadsticks. I think I'm gonna need to start coming back more often. Look at these breadsticks. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh my god. Why do I always do that? These cheesy breadsticks? Fire. Honestly, I did not expect these cheesy breadsticks to be this good, which makes me even more excited to try their legendary pizza. Oh my god, there it is. Ladies and gents, the original pan pizza. Now, I'm not a pizza expert, but apparently pan pizza was actually inspired by Chicago deep dish pizza. As you can see, it has a thicker crust than what you would find in traditional New York style pizza. The thicker crust was appealing to customers who wanted a more filling pizza slice, so it became an instant hit, making Pizza Hut a ton of money, and allowed them to stand out among their competition. But how does it taste? Honestly, this tastes just as good as it looks. The crust was fluffy while still being crispy on the outside. Way better than I expected. I am very impressed. Now, the success of Pizza Hut's pan pizza actually created a huge wave of innovation. It inspired other pizza places to experiment with things like different toppings and crusts. But despite changing the pizza game and continuing to invent other things like Pizza Hut's famous stuffed crust, along with pioneering online ordering, Pizza Hut is actually a dying fast food pizza brand, suffering from declining sales, multiple franchises closing down, and fiercer competition. Pizza Hut is no longer the biggest pizza company. And this got me thinking, was all of their innovation actually a good idea? To answer this question, there's only one place for me to go. Taxi! If you didn't know, New York is the birthplace of the infamous New York-style pizza. It's hand-tossed, features a crispy, thin crust, is arguably the most popular style of pizza to ever exist. Thank you. And this pizzeria is where it all began. Behind me is Lombardi's, the oldest pizzeria in the United States. It was opened in 1905 by an immigrant from Italy named Gennaro Lombardi, credited as the man who brought pizza to America. And even though pizza has changed so much over the years, the classic and simple New York-style slice has become even more popular today than ever before. And I'm here to find out how.
I'm guessing it's good.
Let me show you why I stopped paying for all my other sample libraries. This is Arcade by Output. This thing has sounds, samples, instruments, effects.
Whoa. So not sure if this is rude, but this place kind of looks like the classic Pizza Hut. I got seated at a table, looked over the menu, then instantly noticed an item called Gennaro's Tomato Pie. According to my waiter, that's the original pizza that Lombardi started with back in 1905. We're talking an old recipe here. He also said it wasn't the best pizza they have here, just the oldest. But that's what I'm here for. Also, forgot to mention, got my buddy Jim here, who actually was born and raised in New York, basically making him a New York pizza expert. Now, Jim absolutely refuses to eat pizza in Texas. What is it about New York style pizza that you love so much?
Great sauce, great cheese, and the water that makes the crust perfect. Super simple, super great.
All right, I'll take it. Now, here's the thing. I've actually had New York style pizza before, and I also worked for a bit at a New York pizza shop founded by an Italian immigrant family, so I do get the hype. But I've never had a New York style slice from the place it was invented at. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Whoa. Recording. Yeah. Thank you. Whoa. This is huge. Y'all, this right here is the oldest New York style slice of pizza. But there's something different about it. I did not expect the lack of cheese. This is a little different from the classic New York style slice. If anything, it's simpler. I wonder if the oldest pizza in the world has cheese. Y'all, I am so excited to try this. But first, I want to thank the sponsor of this video, BetterHelp. BetterHelp is an online therapy platform that aims to make starting therapy easier from the comfort of your own home. So growing up, my family was not the biggest advocates for therapy. I think culturally, there's always been a stigma that therapy is for crazy people, but that's not actually the case. I started doing therapy back in 2021, and I can honestly say it's changed my perspective on just about every month of therapy. Again, a huge thanks to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. Now it's time for me to be a happy boy and give this a try. Cheers.
Cheers.
You know, no cheese threw me off at first, but this is pretty interesting. The sauce is really good. Jim, what do you think, Mr. New Yorker?
I mean, it's different than a regular street corner New York City slice. I wasn't expecting no cheese, but the sauce on here is very, very good.
We also got their double pepperoni pizza just to have a more typical New York style slice. Cheers. I dropped the pepperoni. I'm eating this in the nicest way possible. This pepperoni slice is better than the oldest recipe. Both are still good though. I do think one of the biggest differences between Pizza Hut and New York style pizza is I can eat New York style pizza every day. I don't think I could eat that pan pizza every day.
Pizza Hut sucks.
Whoa, 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 I need a brand deal.
That's funny.
All jokes aside, I definitely prefer the simplicity of a New York style slice, and I'm assuming most people would agree with me here, so it makes sense why this type of pizza continues to get even more popular. Now I will say, even though innovation in food is very important, I am a big fan of sticking to tradition. With that being said, it's only right for me to go even further into the past to where it all really began. So I'm officially in Naples, the birthplace of pizza. With over 8,200 different pizzerias located just in this small city. I even found this funny quote from an article saying that fathers here either want their sons to grow up to become a soccer player or a pizza chef. The hotel that I'm staying at is right behind me though, so I'm gonna go check in. I booked a bed and breakfast run by this nice man named Antonio. Check out the view from the room. Wow. Antonio's got a nice place. Once I got settled in my room, I wanted to look around outside a bit. Thankfully, Antonio sent me a bunch of recommendations. So my reservation for the world's oldest pizza shop is later tonight, which gives me the entire day to explore Naples. So I'm pretty excited. I got a cappuccino from a nearby cafe, went to one of the local food markets Antonio recommended, tried some famous Neapolitan street food. It was quite good. Did some shopping and bought this very cool old pizza book. Then, after a few hours, it was finally time for my reservation at the world's
Hello? We want this home from you.
Your brother brought us in to find you.
Tell him to back off.
oldest pizzeria. This is Antica Pizzeria Port Alba. It was established in 1738. Tucked away in an alley surrounded by local bookstores, this pizzeria began as a street food stand selling pizzas before becoming a full-fledged restaurant in 1830. Y'all, I've finally made it. A pizza shop that's been open for over 300 years is right behind me. You can tell how old this place is. Honestly, I expected a pizza shop that's been around for this long to maybe be a little run down, I don't know, but it's pretty packed and everyone here seems to be having a pretty good time. I made my way inside and checked in for my reservation. For two. Grazie. I was a little... So the pizza just arrived and oh my lord, this pizza looks completely different from all of the other pizzas I've had. This is a pizza lover's dream right here. Also, you know this is fancy pizza when you gotta eat it with a fork and a knife. I've never eaten pizza with a fork and a knife, ever. Let's cut into this thing. And finally try pizza from the world's oldest pizzeria. Y'all, I don't even know how to properly describe this, but the first thing I noticed was how different their crust is. According to the internet, Antica Pizzeria Port Alba lines all of their pizza ovens with lava rocks from Mount Vesuvius. Apparently, this plays a huge role in how the pizza cooks. That is so good, what? The crust was soft and airy, the edges were slightly charred because of the high heat from the lava rocks, but it wasn't burnt. I feel like I can taste the lava rocks. I don't know. Across the side, the sauce itself was rich, tangy, and slightly sweet. As for the buffalo mozzarella, I don't actually know how to describe what flavors it added, but I like it. What do you think? Buffalo mozzarella. I didn't know buffaloes make mozzarella. Now, just to be 100% honest, I do have to say, this wasn't the best pizza I've had in my entire life. I know that's a bit of a bummer, but after trying all three of these pizzerias, I can definitely see why pizza has become so popular. From being a simple late-night junk food, all the way to being the main course in a fancy restaurant in Italy. It really is a unique dish.
I don't know if I'm gonna go around trying every pizza. I don't know if I will want to do that. Anyways, thank y'all for watching. You could say this is the third video, or you could say this is the second live stream of today. Um,